Okay, welcome to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And today we are going to talk about...
We're going to take one more crack at the vice president nomination for the Democratic Party.
So Kamala Harris, it's Friday as we record this, 7 o'clock at night. Kamala Harris has officially received enough votes from delegates to have clinched the majority of delegates and is now the Democratic representative in the 2024 elections. This was announced today, and it beats, I guess they were trying to beat an August 7th deadline, which some people might remember that Ohio has this law saying that if the candidates aren't announced within 90 days of the election, in this case, like August 7th, then they're not going to be on the ballot. The Democrats tried to negotiate with Ohio's state Congress, and they didn't want to negotiate. So the Democrats...
I read that the state Congress did extend that, but the Democrats are still kind of saying, no, we're doing August 7th because I suspect it's because they don't trust that they'll actually honor it.
Exactly. And the speculation is that the Democrats would have a strong case in the 13th or 14th Amendment that would get them on the ballot. But why chance it? Exactly. It's another petty Republican thing to steal away any joy that the Democrats get from some type of success. Indeed. We saw it in 2020 when Biden won the election, and Trump and company were immediately filing lawsuits and saying the election was stolen. We didn't even get a freaking day to celebrate. But so now we can't even celebrate. We get to celebrate early. It's like, sorry, you have to work on Christmas. Hope you don't mind. You're low on the priority poll. You can celebrate Christmas a week before.
So we did a reading previously where we did a kind of a round robin between the bold picks and the kind of the picks that made a little more political sense. And our two finalists were Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky and Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg.
So when we were looking at that, the bold picks would be like, what would be the picks that come from the heart? It's like, yeah, this would be a great ticket. And the conservative picks are kind of like, what would the established Democrats want you to do? Because they're afraid of losing. So pick a nice, safe one, as opposed to going out, in a blaze of glory, taking the best one. Now, Tim Walz, who's the governor of Minnesota, was not in our round robin tournament, mostly because Gary and I hadn't heard of the guy before.
Well, yeah, and it's like, if we included every single person that, I was getting a lot of people saying, why did you do Beto O'Rourke, or Beto in Texas, right?
There's so many to choose from. Exactly. We went to an article, and we took who was in the article. And we're Kamala Harris again. So she just got the nomination, and she and her VP will be touring. Their first rally is next Tuesday. So the speculation is she will announce her VP pick this weekend. So we wanted to record this Friday night to get it out on Saturday on the off chance that she announces it Saturday or Sunday. I didn't want to put up Sunday because she might have already announced it by then.
Well, there was some talk that she was going to announce it. She was going to do some sort of speech in Pennsylvania. And there was a lot of speculation that since it was in Pennsylvania, Shapiro was going to be the presumptive.
And her camp said, don't read too much into it. It just happens to be the first stop in this.
Yeah, I think it's also on August 6th, which is like the last day that you could do this, right?
Yeah, so I think she's going to announce this weekend is my guess. So we're going to look at Pete Buttigieg. We're going to look at Andy Beshear, and we're going to add Tim Walz in the mix. Little 4-card readings, and look at the folks with the best spread, and we'll go with it from there. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Mr. Walz, since we haven't read on him before.
Yes, at least not together.
Yes. You can do the reading on this one.
Okay, I'm going to do the reading.
And I will sit back and judge harshly.
like Pete?
Pete doesn't judge, man.
He's a Buttigieg.
That's right.
Okay, so the energy around Governor Tim Walz. He's the governor of Minnesota. He was in the Army National Guard as a non-commissioned officer for 20 years. He was a high school teacher, took his high school football team to win their first state championship. He was a congressman that got reelected 5 times, and he's been the governor since 2018. So he's got quite a pedigree. As I was reading more about it, I was like, dang, this guy is a package here.
Yeah.
So he's 60 years old.
He connects with people in a very simple Midwestern type manner.
Yeah, he's got that sensibility about him, right? So okay, so we're gonna do a 4-carter on Governor Tim Walz as VP candidate.
Oh, geez.
That's a great found. Okay, we're done. We're going to start with the star card. So this is the signifier. This is kind of the main foundation of the reading. This guy is a rising star.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
What's that?
That's exactly where I would have gone with it. We'll see what this
rising star. He is hit his stride, and people are noticing him.
Yeah.
The 3 clarifiers, the priority, 3 of Cups, celebrations. People are very excited and happy about him. The next signifier is the Magician. Manifestations, creating things. He's definitely creating a buzz. People are noticing him. And the Devil card. Eventually Trump was going to show up in this somewhere.
So clearly we can't choose him.
Yes. I think what this is as I recall, Governor Tim Walz was one of the first of the Democratic politicians to start calling the Republican policies weird. And he's been really messaging that. So I have a hunch that this is someone that would really, he's like the opposite of Trump. This guy, he was in the military, he was a teacher, he was a congressman, he was the first faculty advisor for a gay straight alliance. And he's really kind of a nuts and bolts type of politician. He can relate to the everyday man. Underlying it, 2 of Cups, agreements and partnerships. I'd say this is a hell of a spread. As long as this isn't, but he's actually the Antichrist. I'd say that Tim Walz has got a heck of a deal going on here. What do you think?
Yeah. The only thing I could think of with the double card is it just may not be his time, or he doesn't want to leave the governorship yet because the only thing I get from Walz is it might be a timing thing. That's the only thing I could see that would potentially be a knock, unless there are some major skeletons in his closet that we don't know about.
Yeah, you'd like to think that they've been spending some time vetting these guys.
Exactly. But yeah, that's an incredible spread.
Yes.
Right there.
Anything you would change? Okay, so I guess that's the only thing you would read.
That's the only thing I would change is that it could be a timing thing. That's about it. But even if he doesn't get it, I would expect this guy to get some high. If he wants it, there's a high level position in government waiting for him.
Yep.
His to accept or walk away from.
Good. All right, your turn, Skippy.
All right. I don't know who should we read on next. You want to read on Beshear or Pete Buttigieg?
Your call. Beshear, Buttigieg.
I'm gonna read on Beshear then.
Woo-hoo!
All right, so
you might want to make yourself bigger because it's all.
Guys, let's say our previous reading here. Our previous reading, we had Mr. Beshear. I believe he was the winner over Pete Buttigieg. So
that is correct.
Let's see how Mr. Beshear is looking these days, because energy can change. Beshear on this weekend. We've got the 10 of coins, money, pedigree, all sorts of, top to bottom here. We've got the chariot. We've got advancement, slow advancement. Oh, heartbreak. Ooh, right center underneath it. And then loss. And there's that agreement card again. Just like you got in the same position here. So what do we have here? We've got pedigree, we've got ancestry, we've got DNA, but there's a feeling of loss or disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, almost like, it was agreed. It's, what it is? I think the big money doesn't want him, or maybe the big money does want him. Outsider. Is he really an outsider? He's a governor of Kentucky.
Do you want a little background on him?
Sure, throw it back out there again. He's the governor of Kentucky. He's young.
Okay, so that top card, the first card, the foundation, the signifier, his dad was the governor of Kentucky from 2007 to 2015.
And he's the governor of Kentucky right now, because I think he's the one that would replace Mitch McConnell if McConnell would step down.
Yeah, so his dad was governor, and he took over as he was attorney general from 2016 to 19, and then he became the Kentucky governor in 2019, and he's been reelected once. He's done a lot of things. He's restored voting rights. He basically got rid of everyone that was on the Board of Education and replaced them.
Okay.
And he's also one of those real nuts and bolts kind of economics where he can talk to basically dinner table economic issues that the more rural people can appreciate.
There you go. And I think that's probably what this is. He's got the pedigree, and you've got the rural voters who are feeling like they're left out of the country here. And he's the one that's going to make inroads in with these folks. You had the double card in yours. I've got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak and betrayal. Now, maybe it could be that he feels like if he steps down from his governor position, that he isn't, he doesn't fulfill his promises to the people of Kentucky. Like he's letting him down, and then I don't know who the lieutenant governor is over there. If that person would be a good fill-in for his spot.
It might not matter because they've had super majorities in both the House and the Senate, state House and state Senate. So they pass stuff, he vetoes it, and they override them.
And it could be that too. Maybe that's it. It's that the reason why he goes for the VP is because he can't get stuff done in the House because he just doesn't have the power to do that.
Let me take a look at that, Dave.
All right.
So I think with that foundation, I think that's kind of I think you're probably hitting on it. I think it's a combination of his pedigree with his it's like in California we had Jerry Brown, we had Edmund G. Brown, and then Jerry Brown, father and son governors for years and years. But yeah, you're right. The big Democratic donors might not value this quite as much. You got the chariot, so things moving forward. He's certainly far more progressive than the rest of the legislature in Kentucky.
Yeah.
The heartbreak, the Three of Swords, that might not be as bad a card as we're thinking, because the thought I had with the Three of Swords is it could be his constituents are sorry to see him go. He's certainly he's been gaining in popularity. He won his re-election by a far more comfortable margin, and the people in Kentucky really like him. I could even and the that Five of Pentacles could be, like you're saying, some of the voters of the folks in the more rural areas missing the fact that they've got a leader that talks their language.
Yeah. But it's still funny is we have the Two of Cups underneath.
The Two of Cups agreements, right? Exactly.
Just like we did with Mr. Walz there. Okay, you get a read on Mr. Buttigieg. So yeah, I'd say probably Beshear's cards are not as strong as Walz's at this point.
No,
I would agree. Walz has got all those major arcana.
Okay, so now we got Pete Buttigieg. He was a naval officer. He's 40. Oh, so Beshear's 47.
Okay.
So Walz is 60, Beshear is 47, and Buttigieg is 42. He was a naval officer. He was a mayor of South Bend, and he's currently the Secretary of Transportation, who likes to go on Fox News and bring the message to the masses.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what we got on him.
Married gay man with 2 adopted children.
Indeed. Is the world ready for Pete Buttigieg as VP candidate? Okay, the signifier is the 7 of Pentacles. You know, looking at your options. The Pentacle is about health, wealth, things of value. This is a man that has options. I'd say out of all of these candidates that we're looking at, this is a man with options.
You can plug. It's like I would agree. It's like you can plug him in anywhere. VP, cabinet post, and he can do it all.
Yep.
That's kind of where I get with it. Where do you want him? Where is he needed?
Yep. He really is a great communicator. So hopefully we'll see some swords in here. Clarifier, Knight of Wands. Close enough. You know, it's the wands are about creativity, passion, bringing that message forth, you know, action, making decisions. And the Knight that's someone who makes things happen. This is someone that he's looking at these options, and when he's given a role, he makes stuff happen. Okay, so the first clarifier, the 5 of Swords. So this is one of those things where knowing when to fight and knowing when to walk away.
Yeah.
So it's a situation where, is this the right fight for me? Is this the job I really want? And then you've got the other signifier, the collaboration, the 3 of Pentacles. You know, I'm doing my job. I'm doing things great. People are noticing. They're talking. We're collaborating. We're trying to make things happen in the best way possible for bringing value. And underneath it all, the Sun card.
Truth.
It's like every.
Can't see it, by the way. It's not on camera. I don't know if you can see that.
Let me pull this up.
Just put it up to the side of the Pentacles.
Okay, I could do that.
There you go.
Okay, so we got the Sun card underneath it all. I mean, this is a guy who's just really basically his day in the sun. Everyone knows.
Are you saying he's happy and gay? Sunshine day?
But we'll be here all week, folks. Yeah, he's just, you know what? It's the sun's like the opposite of the moon. It's just like he is out there telling the truth. Everything is, things are going his way. And it's a sunshiny day for him and his career. He's got lots of options. He's getting stuff done. People are noticing and working with him. It's just, is this the right job for me? That's going to be kind of his question, or people looking and saying, is this where we want him? Is this where he's best served? Your thoughts?
No, looks good.
Okay.
Got nothing to add to that. Now, let's both throw on Kamala.
On Kamala.
Excuse me, Kamala.
Kamala. Put
both
the accent on the
Kamala.
right syllable.
And just 4 carders on who's she going to pick for her VP.
Okay.
And we'll then try and match the cards that we have with what we just threw for these 3 guys. See if anybody.
Do we want to ask who she'll pick, or what are the qualities she's looking for?
Let's ask who she's going to pick.
What's that?
Let's just ask who she's going to pick.
Okay. You don't want to leave them in suspense. You're going to go right.
She might have all these things that she wants them to be. In the end of the day, she doesn't choose that.
It's kind of like a job posting. It's like they want all these qualities and experience, and then they want to offer you minimum wage for it.
Yeah.
Like, gee, if I could do all of that, I sure as heck wouldn't be doing it for that wage you're offering.
Exactly.
All right. You want to do this simultaneously?
Yeah, simultaneously. Bring it on down.
Okay, let me finish shuffling because I don't
For
want to pull the strings.
What do you need to do? Just put your favorite cards up. Put the double card in there if it's a Trump thing. Get your deck out that's got 10 double cards in it for Trump.
Yeah, and the 5 of Wands because we want the drunken hillbillies there. Okay. All right, so who's Kamala Harris going to pick for her VP?
There ain't no hostages here. We are not going backwards.
Oh,
that's
yeah. She wants to get those voters out there that have been left out in the cold. The young voters, the women, the voters who are gay, people who basically everyone the Republicans have othered in their little campaigns. She is a VP that's going to pull those people in. Did you drop all your cards already?
Of course.
Okay, well let me catch up to you.
Oh, look at that! Look at the Knight of Wands.
Boom.
All right, I'm not convinced. All right, what I got here is she feels like her hands are tied. I think she's like Trump with JD Vance. I feel like she feels like her hands are tied, and that her pick is there's a lot of pressure, and she's going to go with a safer pick, something that's going to help get out of troubled waters to calmer shores. In the end, again, any of these three guys is going to be a fantastic pick. There's no losers in this batch. She's going to pick somebody who gets stuff done, who's forward vision, and probably somebody that she can either trust or delegate to. We've got the 9 of coins here as well. Or this just could be some money that's coming in, influencing it. Oh, God. Who was your Knight of Wands card? Was that Mr. Walz? Was that Beshear? Beshear had the Knight of Wands.
I think it was Beshear.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of pressure for her to pick who other people want her to pick, and she might succumb to that. I think it was up to her. And Susan Lynn, psychic medium, was talking about this on a video she put up tonight. That if she were choosing who she wants to, she would choose Buttigieg. But there's a lot of pressure going on. So if she decides not to go with Buttigieg and go with a more traditional pick, no hate for that. Any of these three here would be fantastic. Now, what do you got for yours?
Yeah, I lied. I didn't do Beshear, so mine was either Walz or Buttigieg.
Okay.
So I've got the five of Pentacles, which I started to pontificate about, which I see as she's looking to rally those people who have been othered by the Republican Party over the last several years. The youth vote, the women with Roe v. Wade, the LGBTQ community, and frankly, a lot of the more the independents and the more moderate of the Republican Party. The main clarifier is the King of Swords. She wants someone that's going to send out the very clear message. I mean, hell, she's a King of Swords. This is what you did, and no bones about it. There's no emotions. This is what you did, straight up. So someone probably that can handle a conversation like that. You've got the Knight of Wands, being able to bring that bring those decisions forward, get action on, move things with whatever decisions you're making, and then you got that Devil card again. Someone that's going to really be able to handle MAGA and Trump world. Yeah. And underneath it all is that King of Pentacles. Money and things of value. I've got to admit, I'm kind of leaning to Walz because he had the Devil card and he might have had that Knight of Wands as well.
Wasn't Walz? Was he also a district attorney?
Or was that no? He was
no. That was Beshear.
Yes, Beshear and Josh Shapiro were both attorney generals.
Yeah, I like Walz's chances here, but I also see with that King of Swords. That could very well be, Kamala is, the thought is she's going to be the law and order president.
Yeah. Because
of her background. So, somebody who speaks her language might be what.
Yeah, that would give it a Beshear and a Shapiro.
Yeah.
We haven't thrown on Shapiro on this time. Do you want to throw a 4-card on Shapiro, see how he lines up?
Not really.
So we're going to ignore the fact that it's in the state of Pennsylvania and he's an attorney general.
Correct.
I like it.
Yes.
So if we're wrong, we're wrong. If we miss, now you know why. You know who to blame.
I don't think it's Pete Buttigieg. I think I could eliminate Pete on this one.
Yeah.
Just simply because
he's got options.
He's got a lot of options, and I think she's going to want somebody who's a little bit more ruthless, a little less nice guy, a little more ruthless on things. Like Buttigieg would be great as in a traditional VP sense.
Yeah.
Of meeting heads of states and doing foreign policy stuff, kind of the being the good cop as opposed to the good cop bad cop relationship. But she may not want that. She might want somebody who does things differently and somebody who's more like her.
I've got one other thought before we
Sure.
too far on the Josh Shapiro thing. He was also accused of covering up a sexual harassment event. And I wonder if that's what the devil card is kind of pointing at.
For Shapiro, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say personally, of the cards I saw, I'd say Tim Walz would be my first choice. But I'm going to put Josh Shapiro as my dark horse.
Shapiro, not Beshear. Oh, you're going to
not Beshear. Shapiro.
Okay, why don't you just go throw on Shapiro then, since you have such a man crush on him? Come on, throw on your boyfriend, your man crush. It's like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
I'm going to do it just to show you, and if I'm right, you're going to hear about it in the comments.
Let's see the star card show up for this guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
It'll be all like super duper cards. The foundation is 6 of Swords. Not a great one to start with. Leaving troubled waters and moving to calmer shores and taking your sexual harassment baggage with you.
Yeah, that was underneath. Oh, wow. You've got 2 of my cards from my reading.
Yeah. Okay. So now we got the two of Wands. Decisions need to be made, looking at the future. Who's the best fit for this VP? Is Shapiro the best
Swords
fit?
and 9 of Coins to show up. Strength card.
We got the Strength card. He's Attorney General. He was a congressman, reelected 4 times. He's been the governor since 2022, and he won by almost 15 points. 6, the Victory card. Hey, this is the guy that can go get things done and win. Underneath it all, the 4 of Pentacles. Keep things of value, keeping things close to the chest. I always kind of look at this card with a bit of suspicion. Yeah. I've said that before.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah, so to me, it's like things of value, but I'm going to hold on tight. If you want it, you got to pay for it. And if you're looking for someone that's a ruthless person, that's probably not a bad card. So, what do you think?
I think she walks away from him. They get with the 6 of Swords and then the 2 of Wands underneath it. It's like, keep looking.
Yeah.
There's with the 4 of Coins. It's like maybe there's some stuff in the closet that's not that they don't want to have to deal with.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, certainly some of the stuff is public, and it's kind of like the old saying, if you see a rat running around in the daytime, it makes you wonder how many rats are running around at night.
Right.
So you've got that the alleged sexual harassment cover up. So
it wouldn't surprise me if he was, in the final choices there, and then she just doesn't go with him.
Yeah, it would be really ironic if she was to pick him, and then the Republicans are all, oh, but he covered up sexual harassment.
Exactly.
Yeah, says the party that is nominating a 34-time convicted felon and someone who was convicted of sexual assault. This is just alleged. Your guy got convicted. So there you go. I'm still staying with Walz as my first choice.
Walz?
Yeah, Governor Tim Walz. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, in which case
I have a hard time arguing that, especially when you start off with the star card and all that. Yeah,
what happens when you deal from the bottom of the deck?
I'll roll with you. I will roll with you on that one. Again, we had Andy Beshear earlier this week.
Yeah.
I think maybe Tim Walz is on a home stretch run, just started outpacing Andy Beshear on this one.
It's like you said, we the energy changes on a daily basis, and we did all those readings last Saturday, so it's been almost a week since we've done them. So
I think
that might have changed where he just got momentum.
That was the other thing with Mr. Walz is he's known as a consensus builder. He works with people in the room, so he's got that Biden-esque ability to connect with people and build a consensus.
And really, Harris kind of needs that down-homey, middle America.
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she needs Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, it could be.
It'd be more fun.
All right. So that's what I got.
I'm more willing to roll with it. Maybe we'll be totally wrong, and then we'll say, "Oh, exactly. Of course we had it right the whole time."
It'll be Beto will get it, and then we'll be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. Well, you know what? In some ways, if Mark Kelly gets it, I'll be okay with that because it was like the one person we didn't read on all this one. It's like, well, no wonder we couldn't get the right answer. Bullet dodge.
Certainly, you can't argue the pedigree. You just hate to lose the Senate seat, or put that Senate seat at risk in Arizona.
So we both got the 2 of Cups for Mr. Walz and for Mr. Beshear.
Yeah.
So it could be that one of those. It could be that they offer it to one person and they decline it, and then they offer it to the second person, and that person says yes. So let's say she offers it to Mr. Walz. Mr. Walz says no, and then offers it to Beshear. Beshear says yes, but then that 3 of Swords is like, but I wasn't your first choice.
Yeah.
Or she offers it to Beshear first, and he's like, I can't take it.
Yeah, not. I need to stick around for my.
My governorship just offered me a retention bonus that I can't possibly say no to. That type of thing. Okay, so we think it's probably going to be Walz. Would not be surprised if it's Beshear.
Yep, and when it's Shapiro, you can throw it in the comments, right?
Yeah, exactly. if it's Beto, then you can say, "Ha, we told you so."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll leave it at this one. We've wasted enough of your life. Thank you very much for watching this waffle of a video.
Yeah, exactly. There's no king of swords in our readings here.
Yeah.
Please like, share, subscribe. Give us that thumbs up, baby. That helps the algorithm. And then leave comments. I'm still getting Trump trolls from our Trump health event. It's great. I get this, Trump 2024, and then I can respond. For prison, yes, we all agree with you.
Well, no wonder we're getting reported because you keep violating community guidelines by saying that Trump's going to prison.
I never
said that. Misinformation.
I said for prison. We agree.
Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I don't know what the result was, but we'll know it soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take credit no matter what the result turns out to be.
Take care, everyone. Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.